That's right, we got a PSA return today, and in this box is not only an interesting Grail card of mine, but also the story behind the card and everywhere it's been. You're going to want to hear this. What's up, wrestling fans, trading card collectors? Welcome to another episode of Wrestling with Cards. I'm your host, Zhan Morning. You can check me out on all social platforms at Zhan Morning. If you need help with that, check the links in the show notes. All my social platform links are there. One thing that I absolutely love hearing about in the hobby are stories. Stories behind collectors. Why they collect certain things. What exactly they collect. How they went about going with that collection. And how they obtained specific cards. Maybe it's something I've never seen before. Maybe it's something that's so rare I have to question, how did you get that card? How did you obtain it? I think many times in the hobby, a lot of people, and I've been guilty of this at some points, we get kind of sidetracked from the transactional mindset of what's the market, what's this going for, what's hot, what's not, what's this worth. And many times we kind of just gloss over the fact of how interesting and meaningful some of these stories are behind the cards, and honestly, at the core, that's why we all got into this, is to have fun and collect what we love, but also be able to share this with other people. Once again, another reason why I wanted to create this channel. And honestly, I would not be on social platforms if it wasn't for just trying to get the word out, sharing how awesome wrestling cards are, and sharing other people's stories and experiences through the hobby. With the card in this box today, we're going to talk about many of those things that I mentioned. But before we get into that video, just a few additional ways that you can help support the channel. The easiest thing you can do, it's fast and it's free, is hit that subscribe button, give me a like, and make sure to hit the bell icon so you never miss any of the uploads. This is the best way to get this video and all of my other videos on my channel in front of newer audiences, trying to get more people into wrestling cards that maybe used to collect, or maybe sports cards fans that are coming into wrestling. I'm just here to build a community, have fun, get conversations going like what we're going to talk about today. Check out the podcasts, Wrestling with Cards, and Worlds Collide. Worlds Collide is myself and Tony Vella from WrestlingTradingCards.com talking about all things wrestling cards. And on the Wrestling with Cards podcast, it's an audio companion to a lot of the videos you're seeing on this channel. The audio is different many times, however, so you're going to want to check those shows out as well as these videos, even if somehow they're correlated. As many of you know, there are costs that go into making content, be it videos and podcasts. To help supplement that, there's some links below to ways you can help show your support. Links to my eBay store. You can buy things for as little as $1 or upwards of $100 worth of slabs. I don't care. I've got stuff for sale on there if you so choose. A lot of the money off of that goes back into buying equipment and software, whatever it takes to help keep these shows going. Same thing can be said about Patreon. Links below to that, where you can support as little as $1, or you can support more and be more involved with the content we're creating here. Have your voice heard on what you want to produce, and in some cases, you can even come on the show. Or you can do none of that, just sit back and enjoy this PSA reveal. All right, so here we go with the PSA return. What do we have? What do we got? 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 There you go.
Extreme close-up! Wah!
It's a one-card return, and it's a good one. So I'm just going to let this card sit in the background and narrate over why this card is so important to me and the journey that it went on. Now, I know there are people out there sitting on several of these 82 Hogans that are signed and they're in higher grades, and great for them, that's awesome. I'm not showing this card off as something to flex. For me, this is a representation of my hard work in the hobby paying off. Seeing where I started in late 2018 when I started taking the hobby more serious from a monetary standpoint. This is a card I really never dreamed that I would be able to obtain. But here we are. So where and how did I get this card? As I've stated in previous videos that you can go check out in the archives on this channel, and I would recommend you to because there's a lot of great information in there and things you can learn. I started with, I think it was $15. I've said it so many times in so many videos I can't keep track. But I took $15 cash and I bought a box of, quote, junk cards at the local card shop. I started flipping those on eBay, piecing them out. They're just common old base cards, you know, selling them for 99 cents on eBay, 55-cent shipping. Do a little bit here and there, I take that money, and then I bought more stuff to flip. And I just kept repeating that process. Then I started looking around the house for just stuff that wasn't as important to me, or stuff that I wasn't using anymore, whether it was $1, whether it was something that was $100. I started putting all of that stuff on eBay as well, and again, the reason I'm taking this approach is because I don't like to spend my, quote, life money on the hobby if I can help it. Eventually, I started buying bigger and bigger cards for both PC and flipping purposes. And then one day, I came across a complete set of 82-83 All-Stars on eBay. At that point, I had saved up enough money from flipping stuff that I was going to try to make a run at it. And somehow, I ended up winning the auction. It ended, for all 3 sets, around a ballpark of $700. Looking back at that, and the current prices of those full sets now, kind of mind-boggling.
Inconceivable!
So I get the package, and I start going through the cards, but for some reason, something on the shipping label catches my eye. So I looked at that return address, and it was from Matt Cardona.
Always ready!
That's right. The face of GCW sold me these cards, and I didn't even know it. That's an additional cool factor to that set, which this specific card came out of. Now, I already had an 82 Hogan in an SGC slab. You can see that in my prior SGC reveal submission video. But I thought it would be awesome if I could get one of these signed. I had seen a few people with them on social media, and by chance, I saw a tweet from bald_coach_K on Twitter, and he said he was having some of his cards signed at Hogan's Beach Shop in Clearwater, Florida. He was nice to give me the contact information for who I needed to speak with at the beach shop to try and get this card signed. Once again, thanks to Bald Coach K on Twitter for helping me out with that. So I contacted Ron at the beach shop, had everything set up to send this card to the beach shop to have it signed. I can't begin to tell you how nervous this made me. After sending it out, I got a notification that it arrived at the beach shop within a few days, but then I had to wait. And eventually, it took a while, but eventually I got a notification about this thing being shipped back to me. It eventually made it back. I took a huge gamble on this, but it paid off. I also got another card that was with this shipped to the beach shop signed by Hogan. I'm going to save that one for another video. You've seen it in my mail day before, but I'm going to have that slabbed to PSA and authenticated once they open back up at a lower tier. Because that card, from a story perspective, may be even more important than this one to me. So when I got this thing back, I knew it had to be graded and authenticated. Now I did get the COA from the Hogan Beach Shop, which is a cool hologram sticker that you get. I didn't want to put that on this card though. Due to the perceived value of this card, I decided to go ahead and send it into PSA recently. I had to choose the express level, and I knew it had whatever it was spilled on the top of the card, and it probably wouldn't get a good grade. It might be hard for you to see, but right there you can see it almost looks like plastic stuck to the top. I'm not sure what that is, but that's probably why it did not get a good grade. There's staining there. There's some problems all over the, right up here. I was, I don't care. A 2, a 1, authentic, I don't care. It's authentic. It's an authentic auto. I'll take it. I also knew at the same time that PSA seems to have gotten really strict on their grades as of late. But my problem here wasn't that it would get a low grade. I was a little bit afraid that PSA would kick it back to me as altered or something, fake or something because of the damage at the top of it. But to my surprise, it came back a 2, and it looks really awesome in the PSA slab. I'm overjoyed with it. So this card went from the face of GCW.
I am the face of GCW.
To me, to the Hulkster. Back to me, to PSA.
If it ain't PSA, don't bring it our way. Straight up. Carry on.
And back to me. What a journey. It's been a wild ride for this Hogan card. While if I had to, I could sell this card, but I will say, this is going to be one of the final things in my PC that I ever sell, along with that Hogan PMG. I hope you all enjoyed today's video, and I hope it really inspires you. I hope it inspires you to tell your stories about your collection. Leave your legacy. Take some chances on those cards that you never thought you would obtain. And then share it with people. Get more people into the hobby. This helps others understand just how fun and memorable and nostalgic these pieces of cardboard that we all go after are. If I brought you some value with today's video, make sure to hit the subscribe button, give me a like, hit the bell icon so you never miss uploads, and click the videos on the screen for more great wrestling card content. We'll see you there.